Good morning, everyone. Welcome to September the 1st. September means that it's time to start harvesting this massive corn crop that we have been growing for the last few months. We have just over 15,000 acres planted in corn for this particular growing season. And as you can see from the map, we're going to be focusing on the southern half, roughly half, of the map this month, and then the northern half next month in October. So for this month, we have just a bit over 7,700 acres of corn to harvest. We have 3 harvest teams: red team, which is Case IH equipment; green team, John Deere equipment; and then Kloss team, which you might have guessed is Kloss equipment. And so we have red team set up down here on field 14. And once they're finished with that, we will move them over to field 13. Field 13 is one that we just purchased after the last growing season. So we've not harvested this before. So once we get over here, I'm going to have to set up some load points for the semis and a little track for the grain carts to come and unload. But we'll deal with that when we get there. Once they're finished with field 13, we'll rotate them down to field 18. And then drive them over to field 19. So red team's going to be responsible for the southwest corner of this month's operation. Green team is set up on field 15, which is another field that we've never harvested before. So I do have some load points already for the semis, but we'll have to set up the unload and weight points for the grain carts once the combines get passed. So once they finish with 15, we're going to move them down to field 20. And then over to field 21, which is our second largest field that we have at 1,243 acres. Kloss team is set up over on field 17, which is our largest field at 1,360 acres. Once they're finished with that, which is going to take a minute, that's a big field, we'll move them down to field 22, which really then only leaves field 16. And so my plan is whichever one of the green team or Kloss team finishes first, we'll start them on field 16. And then when the other team finishes, we will bring them over and tag team and try to finish up field 16 with 2 different harvest crews. And we already have a couple of different weight points. This field is set up to be able to tag team. So we're in September, as I mentioned. We're due to sell the dried corn in January. So because of that, and because of the time frame and how much money that how much corn we're going to be harvesting, we're going to pull all of that directly to the corn dryer from the start. We really don't have enough time to pull to the main silo and to get, to see how much volume, how many millions of liters we get from this corn harvest, and then bring it over and to the corn dryer and have time to get everything dried before January. So the plan is that we're going to bring it all here, and then eventually, if we look at the corn dryer, let's move here. Yep. Eventually, it's going to fill up. It only holds 10 million liters, so we're going to have to probably rent a truck to haul dried corn over to the main silo. You can see there that we have about 2.7 million liters of propane already pre-positioned in there. That's not going to be enough. We may have to rent another truck to pull the propane tank. So in any case, we have a lot to do this month already. And since we're going to be pulling all of that to the corn dryer right away, what I've done is on the Precision Farming tab, I've gone ahead and set up, reset all of the yield values for every field. And so once we finish a field, I'll be plugging that into a spreadsheet so that we can, yes, I know I'm a geek. It's fine. Just bear with me here. I'll be plugging that into a spreadsheet so that we can keep a total of how many millions of liters of corn that we get out of 15,000 acres. So with that, I think we're just about ready to kick this thing off and get started. So let's see what we can do. Since field 17 is our largest, we're going to start down here with the Kloss team. We've got all of the course play courses already set up. And so I'm going to actually manually start this a little bit just to kind of get past the trees and such, so that we don't have any kind of tomfoolery happening with course play and these trees that are right here next to the harvesters. And so we will get these started and we will get this corn flowing. So here we go. Spin this around here. You can see the start there. I have the course play course lines visible so we can see what we're doing. And so I'm just going to kind of spin this harvester here and get it started along its merry path. First waypoint, left 2, and go. And course play is going to take its own sweet time figuring out exactly how to get this harvester moving. Yep, there we are. Good timing. So I'm going to let this harvester get past the grain carts that we have set up, and then start that grain cart so that when it needs to be unloaded, that grain cart can jump up there and get them unloaded. Almost there. Okay, let's hop out and get this first grain cart started. And you can see I have it set up for field 17 wait and field 17 unload, and the harvester set up for field 17 wait. And go. All right, that one's done. Let's go get harvester number 2 and do the same thing. Move it out here. As soon as that header finishes unfolding, we'll turn it on, and there we are. First waypoint and go. And course play takes its minute to figure it out. There we are. That was pretty quick. Not bad. So then I'm going to run over here to this second grain cart. And I just kind of alternate so that we have the number of grain carts moving, that we have harvesters, so that anytime any of them get full and need to be unloaded, we have a grain cart tractor ready to go for them. Looks like that one's already being unloaded. Look at that. Interesting. Okay. And we'll start this one. We'll get our third harvester. Get it started unfolding and turn on where my start point is. There we are. This is first waypoint right 1, so that's all good. Move it around here to the start point, and then kick course play in gear. Come on. There you are. Okay, we'll go get another grain cart started. Mm-hmm. All right. Pretty good start to the harvest for this month. Start you. And then move over here and get the fourth harvester going. And that team is off and running. All we have to do is get that last grain cart and then turn the semi trucks on so that when the grain carts are ready to unload, we'll I started that a little bit soon. That's okay. Try to get close to that start point so that the course play driver doesn't try to fold it and then drive and then unfold again. Come on. Hello. That's taking a minute. There we are, finally. Okay, and one last grain cart, and then we'll turn the two. Whoops, where am I going? There we go. Figure out where we are. One last grain cart, and then we'll turn those two semis on, and Kloss team is away and harvesting. Okay. There you are. These two semis on. They didn't quite get up to their point because all that equipment was sitting in the way as they were waiting. So we'll get them to their wait points. Okay, so Kloss team is up and running. All right, as you can see, we'll hop into this first combine. It's rolling. Lots of corn being harvested. Love to see that. So let's jump over now to the red team and get those folks moving. Where's my harvester? Ah, here we go. Okay, so they're already folded. So let's go ahead and first waypoint, left 2, and go. Are good. You see our grain carts sitting there lined up ready to hop into the field once the harvesters get past and provide unloading services. Okay, and red team has gotten started. Good. Like before, we'll wait till this first harvester gets past the grain carts, and then we'll pull them into the field and get them switched on. Interesting that it like skipped that whole corner. You just gonna leave that corn standing, or you know, it's okay. You know, we didn't spend any money putting those seeds in the ground. Okay, fine. All right, well, get this one switched on here. I guess we'll have to finish that up. Touch that up when we get finished. Okay, harvester number 2. First waypoint, left 1. There we go. Harvester number 2 is away. Maybe. Once it gets a header unfolded. There we are. Okay. Let's jump over here. I just have this aversion to running over corn, so I'm going to back this one up so I can go around it. Get that one started. That's 2 harvesters and 2 grain carts moving. And so we get the 3rd harvester here. Okay, third harvester's on its way. I'm not sure. I must have picked rounded corners or something when I set up that course play accidentally instead of sharp corners, because normally they don't leave that much in the corner, so it must be my fault for how I set those up or something. Alright, 3 combines and 3 grain carts moving. And we're almost done with red team. We are. Last grain cart for the red team, and then we'll get those semis switched on. Maybe I can, I wonder if I can slip this one around this side. Looks like there's some wilted crop there in the corner that they missed last time too, so. Okay, let's go get those semis switched on, and red team will be ready to just move on. Okay. Where are you going? That's cute. I guess if that driver will come back later. Okay. Let's hope so. All right. Green team is last and final team to get moving. First waypoint, left 2, go. This one is a little different because the grain carts are further up. Because this is another one of those fields we haven't harvested before, so I need to set up a wait and unload circle near the load, which I did set up. So we're going to turn all these combines on and let them basically harvest towards the load point, and then once they get finished or get by there, then we will set up the grain carts, and I'll have to make that quick little circuit. First waypoint, left 1, go. Third combine of the green. Whoa, where you think you're going? Hello? Maybe you should back up. There's always something. I'm not sure. F14. You're supposed to be over there. What are you doing over here? That was interesting. All right. This driver must be confused of where they're supposed to be. Make sure he pulls in down there where they're supposed to go. And then we'll go back and get the next John Deere harvester. Can't calculate a path. That's great. It probably means it's stuck on a tree. So you're going to have to wait a second because I have other harvesters to move here. Okay. Oh, got a block by an object already. Yay. Course play is being very, very helpful early in the game. That does not bode well for this long month that we're going to have to do. Right 1. Okay. And one last green team harvester. You can see the corn to my right here is that's the southernmost field that we're going to harvest next month. So it's not quite ready just yet, like this stuff that we planted the month earlier. And you go. At that point, John Deere team should be, yep, they're past the load point. So let's grab a 8R. Good, good, good. I'm going to manually unload them to get them on their way. One, two, wait, there's one more coming. Where? Oh, he's way back there. Okay. I'm going to manually unload these 4 combines so that I've got room to work to get the unload path all configured. Okay, got those 4 unloaded. Now it's time to take what I have in this grain cart and go over and set up a course. Quick little circle for the load and unload, and then we can configure the John Deere team or the green team and all of the John Deere 8R grain cart tractors to be configured to those, and then they should be pretty self-sufficient. So let's turn this on right quick, and we will go record. Come on, one more tick. There we go. So that'll be F15 unload. Good. Turn that off. Move this out here where we can get 2 or 3 of those if they have to. F15 wait. Good. And then connect it back. Didn't quite line that up just right, but that's okay. We can fix that. Bonk, bonk. Now let's hop out right quick and turn the trucks on. And we will test our new course. So we will turn... Oops. Missed it. Okay, so F15. Wait. And I'll put those in that group later, maybe. Although this will be the last time we're in this field, so maybe I won't. So F15 unload. Turn that on. It's waiting for a call now because it's not above the 70 or the 85% unload. So I'm going to go ahead and tell it to skip to the next thing. Alright, and let's see what happens. Make sure this works before we... Oh, he's going to go back over to the wait point and then drive it. Alright, fine. Once we know that that unloads correctly, then we'll hop over into each of the harvesters and tell them to point to that wait point. Turn on the other 3 grain carts, and then we should be off and running, and all 3 teams are up and going for the first month of the monocrop corn harvest. Looks like that's going to work okay. Yes, good. All right, so that's working. So let's go get these and turn it to F15. Wait. Get this one. Turn it to F15 weight. And this one to weight, and then that fourth harvester is a little bit behind, but it's catching up. F15 weight. Okay, then we hop over into the grain carts. That's 2. Three. And all 4 of them. And with that, all 3 teams are off and running. So we'll be checking in with you periodically as we go through this. Various points. This is going to take a few days of real-time work. So we'll be back when we have something to share. See you soon. All right, folks. This is our first ever truckload of corn going into the corn dryer. This is from field 17, which is our Kloss team, which we started first. And so thus begins our corn drying effort to try to get everything through the dryer and off to the main silo before we have to sell this in January. So that's the first load, 600,000 liters from that field 17 and going to the corn dryer. So if we look at our it's already done 4,000 liters of dried corn. That's great. So it's off and running. Propane corn moving. If we look at our time-saving stock check view, we see that we have to sell this in January, so the onus is on us to try to get as much through there as we can so that we can take advantage of that max price in January. So first load is in, many more loads to come, and we'll be back in a little while with another update. this is the end of day one of the massive corn harvest. Red team has finished up their field and gone ahead and parked for the evening. We've sent all the rest of the crews home. Still got a couple of truck drivers that are en route to parking their trucks, and then they'll be sent on home, and we will get started bright and early again tomorrow morning. So let's just take a quick look at what we got accomplished today. So we got all of field 14 done, which is just shy of 500 acres. We probably have, I would say, maybe 3/4 of field 15 done, which is total 720 acres. So there's probably 500 plus acres there done on that one. I'd say we're maybe a third of the way through field 17. And so we're moving right along. We've got a lot more to go, but that was a good first day. Taking a look at, let's see, I need to record. So if we click, so field 14 produced 4.863 million liters of corn. So we'll get that in the spreadsheet and recorded before we move red team over to field 13. And if we look over at our corn dryer, you can see we've got 10 million liters in there being processed right now. And we've already produced almost 4.6 million liters of dried corn. So there's going to be a bunch here. There's a lot more to go, so it'll be interesting to see how that adds up. So anyway, from Western Australia, whose day is rapidly waning, good night, everyone, and we will see you back here bright and early tomorrow morning. Well, good late morning, everyone. As you can see, we didn't get quite of an early start as we had hoped. We woke up this morning to some rain showers, and so we had to wait to get moving until that rainstorm passed, but it's gone now, and so we've got time to make up. So we're going to jump right down to field 17 and get the Kloss folks moving and see if we can't churn through a bunch of acres today. So we will get all the crews rolling again and be back with you later today for another update. Well, good evening, everyone. As you can see, we pushed the crews pushed late into the night tonight. It's just before 10 o'clock, and it has started raining, so we shut everything down. It's about time to shut down anyway. Got a lot done today. The Kloss team got field 17 complete, so that was amazing. Field 17 produced 13,000. No, that's not right. 13.9 million liters of corn today, and yesterday since they started. So Kloss team's all finished up. Green team finished up down here in the smaller field 20. That was only like less than 400 acres, I think, so not too bad. They finished 15 and then finished up 20 as well. And red team almost got field 13 done today. Not quite before it started raining. They were literally on the last pass up the field and we had to shut down. So for the 2 days, we have done just shy of 3,400 acres total. And that little strip you see there is just the little bit less than 3,400 acres. We have 11,700 acres to go before the end of next month. There's a bit of rain in the forecast, so I'm a little bit worried about that. And we've got some things in motion maybe to help out with that and make sure that we get all this in before the end of the month. So with that, we are going to shut the lights off and head to the house, and we will catch up with you all in the morning. Well, it's morning again, September the 3rd, and as you can see, it's still raining. So we're going to get another late start to the day, it appears. Not sure when the rain is set to clear out, but we're going to take advantage of this and do some maintenance, get maintenance performed on all the machines, get everything refueled, and then we will get started, as soon as we can after the rain ends. So just a quick look at our plan for today when we can get back in the field. We're going to take the Kloss team down to field 22. We're going to take the John Deere team across to field 20. And we're going to knock out field 13 with the red team, then we're going to skip them down to field 18. And so far, looking at what we've delivered to the dryer, we've got almost 22.5 million liters of dried corn in the dryer. And we've got another just shy of 11 million liters sitting there being worked on. We'll be obviously adding to that today. So at some point, maybe tomorrow, it'll kind of depend. Either tomorrow or maybe the last day of this month, we're going to have to send some trucks there and start hauling that out back over to the main silo so that we can clear that out. So we'll kind of watch that, and as it starts to get up there, we'll figure that out and get that hauled out of there so that we got plenty of capacity to keep running as we're bringing more in. So with that, we'll be back in a little while once this rain moves out of here. Okay, well, we finally got the rain stopped, but we did give us a chance to get all the maintenance done and everything refueled and up to speed. So we're going to get the red team started here and let them whip out this last little strip. And while they're doing that, we will move some the other crews over to their new fields and start to get them set up and see if we can't make up some lost time. We basically lost half a day today. So let's see. Let's get these folks started and see if we can't knock out this field. Well, I know it hadn't been very long since our last update, but we've had a little bit of bad luck. Kloss number 3 is down right now for some sort of a transmission issue. It's not wanting to motivate her on around the field. So we have Kloss 1, 2, and 4 set up, and they've already started on field 22. We've got a maintenance tech coming, but he's not going to be here till tomorrow, so chances are this particular machine is down for the rest of the month, which with the rain delays that we've had and looking at the forecast, more rain delays coming has put us in a little bit of a bind. So I have phoned a college buddy of mine who runs a fairly large harvesting service, and he happened to have a harvest crew all set up and ready to go, and then the farm that they were headed to got postponed. So hopefully they're coming from a few hundred miles away, so hopefully they will be here sometime later today and can help us finish up the south fields tomorrow. So red team did get the rest of field 13 all harvested. That field yielded about 4.5 million liters, and so we've finished up the 3,400 acres in the first 2 days, if you just kind of count that with it. Got them all redirected down into field 18, and they're moving. We got green team all set up in field 21, and they're moving along well. And then, of course, although it looks like we have a 8R stuck in the tree line, I'll have to go take care of that in a minute. And then the 3 Kloss team is on field 22, which is a total of about 980 acres. So that's going to put them a little farther behind than we had hoped because of only running 3 machines. So anyway, a little bit of a bad luck, but I think my buddy and his crew are going to be able to help us out. So we'll get back with you soon, and pray for no rain. Well, as you can see, it's raining again, which poses somewhat of a problem for us. We only got about 3 hours of harvesting in after the rain delay from this morning. And now looking at the weather forecast again, it's supposed to rain all the way until like 7 o'clock, which is going to be too late to kick up harvesting again for today. So we've got one. We were able to get everything unloaded and then tarped and sent off to the corn dryer for what we had harvested, so that's good. There's 9.5 million liters of corn in the dryer, so that probably will be close to empty by the time we get started tomorrow morning, assuming we don't get rain delayed again. I did hear from my old college buddy Travis that his folks are supposed to be here sometime later today, so hopefully we'll have some help in the morning to try to make up some ground. But for today, we're pretty much done, so we will try this again on September the 4th and see if we can't get this crop in before it goes to waste. So them's the breaks, as they say. We'll talk to you in the morning. Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to September the 4th. Bright, sunshiny morning. Got a chance of rain this afternoon, so we're going to hop right into this and see if we can get some acres knocked out. We did get a little help. My friend Travis's folks arrived with their machinery last night. You can see a whole bunch of goodies in the yard. So we're going to get all of this stuff unloaded this morning. We'll get our other crews started first, and then we will get this stuff unloaded and sent down. I think field 16 is where we're going to go ahead and start them. So lots of really great help, hoping to make up for some lost time due to the rain. So it's going to be an interesting couple of days to see if we can get these last 4,000 acres left to go, and just under. So we only did about 3,400 acres in the first couple of days. So it's going to be tight, but let's see what we can do. are at the end of day 4. And as you can see, we pushed way late into the night. Turn the HUD on here. It's a little after 10. The teams, once the rain stopped earlier today, we got moving and kept moving. So made some really good progress. As you can see, red team finished up field 18. We'll get them moved over to 19 first thing in the morning. Green team made a big dent in field 21, which is our second largest field at 1,243 acres. So they should finish that up tomorrow morning. And then Kloss team is running a little behind because they're down a combine. You know, they got probably, I don't know, maybe between a quarter and a third of field 22 done. And Travis's folks in the yellow team, what we started calling them, they got not quite half of field 16 done. So we should hopefully be able to be on track to finish this up tomorrow. There's no rain in the forecast right now that I've seen, so I think maybe we'll be in good shape to finish this bottom half of this out this month and see where we are. You can see we still have a couple of trucks moving, taking the last bits up to the corn dryer for the night, and then we're going to skip on ahead and get some sleep and see if we can finish this thing up tomorrow morning. So, beautiful moonrise over Western Australia. We're going to go and get some shut-eye and talk to you tomorrow morning. Good morning, everyone. It is the 5th of September, the last day of September. Last day of harvesting for us, hopefully on the southern fields. We technically could bleed into next month a little bit if we needed to, but we've got a bunch of corn to harvest next month, so we definitely want to try to stay on track. Looks like so far with our estimates, we've harvested. We had 7,705 acres to go when we started this month. Judging by some rough estimation of what we got finished in the 3 fields that were in progress when we shut down last night, we've done about 5,500 or a little bit over. So that means we've got just under 2,200 to go today. That's quite a bit above our average, but our average has been skewed by rain delays, and yesterday we added a whole nother crew. So hopefully we will be able to knock the rest of this out today, get all the equipment in place and maintenance done and in place for the northern set of fields, which is a little bit less. It's only just under 7,400 acres, so it's about 300 acres or so less next month than we had to do this month. Plus, we'll have the 4 crews running the full month. So I think we're going to be okay as long as we don't lose a ton of time to rain delays. But we're going to hop down and get some folks started here and see if we can finish this up today. So check back with you later. right. Well, good evening, everyone. That you're looking at is the last load of corn to come out of the last field for this month. We've made it. We've harvested 7,705 acres for a total of 77,240,701 liters of corn. I'll hop out of this truck because I don't want to ride with him right now. We are done. So the other teams finished up and are already moved their equipment to the fields they're going to start next month. We got the Kloss team up here at field 1. We've got green team at field 3, and we're sending red team to between field 4 and 5. We're going to start them on 5. And then Travis's folks in yellow team is going to start on 10 and move this way, and we'll kind of I think we're going to try to converge on field 2. That's the largest one at just over 1,000 acres for next month. So we've got some folks on the way, and then we're going to shut down for the night. But we made it, even with all the rain delays and equipment problems. We are here. So we're going to get this last load put in and get some well-earned rest and do it all again next month. Not quite so much next month, only 7,376 acres to do, so about 350 acres less than what we did this month. And then we'll have everything harvested and be ready to see what it brings at market. So anyway, thank y'all for hanging in there through this month, and we'll see you next time.